And today we are getting White House reaction after Cuba's foreign minister shot down the new policy towards the communist island. Our Washington, D.C. bureau chief asked Press Secretary Sean Spicer about it at today's briefing. Ross Palumbo is live at the White House with more.
Well, Janine, 4 days after the president announced that new Cuba policy, as you say, the foreign minister lashing out and attacking the president. But just a few moments ago here at the White House, Sean Spicer saying it's really not about our two governments, but more about the Cuban people.
Por el desastre que ha costado.
Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez lashing out at the president in his first official comment since the new Trump policy.
Sean, regarding the president's Cuba policy, the Cuban foreign minister just yesterday said that it is a grotesque spectacle. Does the president have any reaction to that?
The policy that the president laid out for Cuba, first and foremost, is something that will help the Cuban people.
Just hours earlier, the president lashing out at North Korea, outraged after the death of Otto Warmbier.
It's a total disgrace what happened to Otto. That should never, ever be allowed to happen.
The 22-year-old student detained 17 months ago for pulling down this propaganda poster.
Please think of my family.
North Korea returned him a week ago in a coma, suffering from brain damage.
I spoke with his family. His family is incredible, what they've gone through. But he should have been brought home a long time ago.
The family saying the awful, tortuous mistreatment our son received at the hands of the North Koreans ensured that no other outcome was possible beyond the sad one we experienced.
What are you afraid of? Bring that bill out.
Meanwhile, the Senate standoff over the Republican replacement to Obamacare continues. Democrats taking over the floor, halting business as usual.
I think we'll have ample opportunity to read and amend the bill.
Will it be more than 10 hours?
I think we'll have ample opportunity to read and amend the bill.
Made it very clear that they didn't want to engage in this process.
And the administration also making it clear they still don't want to speak about former FBI Director James Comey or the Russia investigation.
The tapes between the president and James Comey, were those tapes made? Do they exist? And will the president be releasing them to the House Intelligence Committee by Friday?
The president has said that he will make an announcement on this. I expect it this week. And so when he's ready to make that announcement, we'll let you know.
Meanwhile, over on the Hill today, Senator Marco Rubio meeting with Ivanka Trump to talk about child care policies. And take a look at this. The Associated Press actually caught this awkward photo of Marco going in for the hug. Ivanka, though, standing there with her arms straight, looking a little surprised. Senator Rubio having a sense of humor about all this, tweeting out himself that all of this, Janine, is currently under investigation.
And Ross, also Sean Spicer today didn't exactly address what his new role will be. What did he say?
Well, I have to tell you, he came in smiling today, which is a little unusual on its own. He knew that question was coming, and he said that he had no formal announcement to make yet. He will be back tomorrow, but as you know, there are several reports out there saying that he personally is already looking for his replacement. The plan apparently is not to have him leave the White House, just to move him into a different role. As soon as that replacement is announced, of course, we'll get it right out to you.
Yeah, no confirmation, no denial either. Ross Palumbo live at the White House. Thank you.
Exactly.
Meanwhile,